today I will be discussing the Picture Exchange Communication System, also known as PECS. PECS was designed for individuals who are nonverbal or who have a limited verbal abilities. And it's an aided picture icon-based system because it requires something external for the learner to communicate. So I will start off by saying that PECS is really inexpensive. It's pretty easy to make, so most anybody can do it. This is just a binder. I got some Velcro strips, some dividers, and I printed off different icons for different reinforcers. So as I said, it's pretty cost effective and it's pretty easy to make, which makes it a nice system to use for communication. I will start on in with teaching PECS. When you teach PECS, there are 6 phases to go through, and the most important thing to do is make sure that you're going to start off with manding first and making sure that the learner is truly motivated for what they're working for and what they're asking for. Otherwise, they might not understand truly why they're going for an icon. The other thing to make sure is before you proceed to the next phase, everything has to be as fluent as possible to ensure that the learner has actually understood the concept of that phase. So in phase 1, you are working on exchanging just a single icon for a desired item. And it would go something like this. What would you like? So he's pointing to the cookies. So I would go in as the teacher and get out the cookie icon, and I would place it on the front and ask him, what do you want? And it's okay to do a gestural prompt at the beginning. You might need to do more invasive prompts if needed, just so that way the learner can understand that the cookie on the icon is the same as the cookie over here. So I point to the cookie and show him the cookie means a cookie. And I would give him the cookie. For this, we want to make sure that you keep going until, as I said before, he understands that each icon requires something else. So I want to make sure that he is able to do it independently. What do you want? So he's going for a Hershey Kiss. I put this on here, and hopefully, as I said, the longer you do it, the more proficient they'll be, and he should be able to go on here himself and point to it. Now he's asking for this. I will give him his Hershey Kiss. As you continue, you will make sure that the learner is proficient before you go on. So we will go to phase 2, which is the learner exchanging the icons more frequent, so that way they truly are doing the requesting. And also this is involved with persistence training. So the learner should also be able to persist and get the teacher's attention before they can obtain the item that they're requesting. So what would you like? He's asking for the drink of water. I will put this on here, but I will not show him, and he'll have to get my attention first. So I'm not giving him any attention because he hasn't received it. So I'll wait until he does it. Now he's pushing the PECS book, and that gets my attention. I'll show him this and ask him to put it in my hands. He's asking for the drink, so I give him the drink. You would continue to keep doing that again until he has the proficiency. So once phase 2 is done, phase 3 will begin, and that's when you work on discrimination training. So inside the PECS book, there should be reinforcers and also items that are undesirable. So different things like I have a fork and a baseball hat, a chair, different items like that. At this point, the learner should be able to go into the binder itself and choose an icon for the preferred item. So I'd say, what do you want? And again, we should be working on the persistence. So he's on there. And he's pointing to the phone icon, which he found by himself. So I give him the phone. You continue to do that until there is more proficiency. Now we'll go to phase 4, which is showing the learner to man with a full sentence. So in this case, you have an I want icon. You'll put that in there, and you'd ask the child or the learner, what do you want? In this step, it doesn't matter if you go in to show them, so that way they can learn what they need to do. So you would say, I want And in this step, you can start using the communication strip as well, so that way they can use the full sentence with using multiple icons. And then, and this is a good part because he's already done his persistence, so you can show him to take this off. And then I get this. It says, I want cookie, so I'll give him a cookie. As that step goes further and further, and the child is getting more proficiency, you are able to work on different things. In phase 5, the learner should be able to start answering questions. So you could ask things, as a teacher, you can ask things like, as a teacher, I can ask my learner, what is this? And my learner should be able to go in and tap it for me. And he's telling me that is a dog, so it is correct. Phase 6 is the final phase, and with that, the learner should be able to use his PECs fluently, and should be able to comment, make different remarks, things like that with the PECs. So as I said, the PECs is pretty cost effective. It's easy to use, it's easy to learn, and it is great for anyone who is nonverbal or who has limited verbal abilities. Thank you.